Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Creative Shock Podcast, a Grand Archive podcast. I'm here, your host Limelight, and we're here with once again my co-host Gazimus.
Yep.
How's the week been, Gaz?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. You've been trying anything spicy in the last week?
Oh, I've been trying to get that Luxem. I watched your video about your tier list for the decks.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get like my grips on those S tier decks, mate. The Water Xander, Water Luxem Xander, and it was Water Luxem Xander. I think it was Water Lorraine as well
Yeah,
up
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Just been trying to, you said that they're hard to play, so I'm trying to pilot them, get them down straight. What about yourself?
I am giving myself even more of a challenge, and I have been trying to build Water Lorraine
Water
with
Lorraine?
the Lion as the win con. So only plays the Lion Beast,
Water Sylvie.
Water Sylvie, Water Sylvie,
Water Lorraine with the blind would be quite hard as a shadow card.
Water Sylvie. Try mill your deck. Plenty of floating memory to level up relatively quickly. Use that other bird guy as the 1/2 that searches your
Songbird.
deck. Yep, for the beast. Mixed results.
No snakes?
No snakes because I don't want no other beasts. I just want the games I win. I kill with the squirrel or owls that are coming for
Squirrel.
8/1s, 8. Yeah,
What?
it when it works, it feels like I'm the smartest man in the world.
That's the best feeling. That's
And
what I love
then,
about deck building.
and when it doesn't work, it's like, why am I torturing myself? Because the deck doesn't run a lot of beast. Young
Yeah,
Beast Bonder and Beastal Frenzy don't really come into play.
yeah, yeah.
And I think I'm a bit of a madman to try and make this work. So probably back to the drawing board on this one.
I feel like there's something there with Blue Slime. I think Blue Slime is a very, very strong card. It's just the
Yeah.
cards around it that is a problem.
I like Blue Slime, and like if you're able to ping, like if you had like the fire cards where you can just like tap, take damage, gives a plus
Yeah,
2. It's like, oh my
yeah.
god. But then you're playing Trisket, and then Trisket you can't play Terra, and it's like, what am I doing now?
Exactly right. And then once playing Trisket, you don't get the class bonus for Blue
Yeah,
Slime anyway.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I am, I don't know, 1 out of every 5 games thinking I'm like, oh, I got this. This is easy. I can deck build the hardest deck, and then every other
I'm the
game
champion.
I'm like, maybe I should just wrap up this up. Stop the YouTube channel.
Put the Grand Archive grids up. I think this is it.
That's it,
I
man.
do,
Garbage.
I do think that the first Sylvie player that gets top 8 will
Yeah.
be huge, and that deck because you do see on the Discord there is a lot of players or new players and collectors and stuff that are like, I want to play Sylvie. Is Sylvie good? And then I've got to break their hearts and be like, do you want the honest truth or do you want like the lie? But at the same time, Silidar has said multiple times now that he has some form of list that could beat the Install Lorraine, that could beat Lorraine 80% of the time. So, you know, is there something there that we're missing?
Yeah, he does say, I think it was a win Sylvie, like eventually
It
after
was a
enough
win for
prodding.
me.
I've tried make that win Sylvie, and I don't know if I'm just getting too caught up on the giant ape, like the big monkey.
He did say that there was a few hints, so that people have prodded him a few times.
Yeah,
There was 4 owls. The Sylvie level 3 was Loved by All. It wasn't
yeah,
Earthstune. There was no silverbacks in the deck.
yeah.
And I can't remember. I think that's all he gave us. All the info he gave
So
us.
in my head, to make this deck work, is you still run Gaias. I think you play like Trust the Pack, the one where for every animal you out, you throw a beast out.
Yeah.
So you can really build up a board relatively quickly. And I think you protect your board as you go. So you're playing Song of Nurturing, the one that bounces. Like you're really protecting, and you're not trying to allow. I don't think you're playing Lion. I don't know. I don't know. Lion just pairs with water, so I just don't think it pairs.
I just had this like random thought in my head, and it's like, what if you played Win Sylvie and you just fight for the board, and then like end game, your whole goal is squirrel, 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 trust the pack or whatever it's called, call the pack, and then you just bring out like the lion, lion, lion or something.
Yeah, but even like because you need to be Pri 10 to get that lion. But even like
On entry effect still pops though.
yeah, but it depends how many you've got in the graveyard. So if you're
Oh yeah,
protecting
yeah,
your
yeah.
board, you're just not going to have many.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Um, and then this is what Sylvie does to you. You just go in circles.
Yeah, look, I do hope that down the line there will be more Sylvie love.
Yeah,
Also, I'm not willing to like say that it's just not good. I just think that it is probably the hardest to maybe build and the hardest
yeah,
to play. But no, so Firelux and Xander, I've been playing a bit of that. Been playing a bit of Lorraine.
mm,
Firelux and Xander is fun, but it's not fun when you're versing a Rye, which is,
yeah,
normally Rye isn't a big deal. But when I'm sitting there healing for whatever and they just one shot you, then
yeah.
it's not too fun. But Water Xander also, Waterlux and Xander is really fun too. I've been trying. There was a new combo that like I don't know why we didn't realize this because it's like it's not. I don't know. For some reason the rulings just didn't click in my head, but Killidus told me this, and I've been using Killidus's list and adding and removing stuff. So shout out to Killidus.
Yeah,
I would pay 4 and I'd Light Weaver's Assault, reveal 4, deal 4.
yeah,
But like he's like, why don't you just pay 4 Light Weaver's Assault in response to Light Weaver's Assault, pay 4 Light Weaver's
yeah,
Assault, reveal 8, reveal 8.
yeah,
Instead of going like thinking so like closed brain and going 4, let that finish, 4, let that finish for
yeah.
12. You just go 4, pop that, and 4, pop that, let it all
Yeah,
finish
additional
together.
4 damage.
Which is like, I guess this is the perfect example of like repetitions and talking with other players. Like you're
Yeah,
sharing this knowledge, and this knowledge is like, well, that was an easy thing for you to think of, but I didn't think of it, and now it makes me a better player, etc. So
yeah. I definitely think because of the how broad you can deck build. I know
mm,
I've been falling into. I'm just like 1 2 days on a deck, 1 2 days on a different deck, 1 2 days because I just want to try every idea I've got in my head, but
mm,
I'm not putting in the dedicated time to
repetition.
one deck. I'm not
Mm,
repping, changing that one card, changing the ratios.
yeah,
So my plan going forward is to pick an archetype and really see it through. We've got plenty
yeah,
of time. Like the next
we
set's
do.
not coming out for a while. The fish hasn't officially even launched yet, so we've got Alta coming at the end of
Game's not
April.
out yet, and we're talking about set 2.
Yeah, so it's I'm gonna really just focus on a couple. I think like Lorraine is relatively worked out. There's probably going to be some stuff that people have missed coming out.
Yeah.
But I really just want to focus on. I might do a bit of Rye, and Sylvie. I think Xander for my sort of play style, I'm probably going to keep till the end. But I do want to get proficient on all heroes. I think
And
it's
it
good. It's
does
good to play everything.
that repetition stuff does speak gold because like even from
Yeah,
my background where I come from playing Dragon Ball for the last 5 years, in like the nationals and all the big tournaments, there was always players that would hit top cut that would be playing like this one deck. They're like no one plays.
yeah,
It's not good in anyone else's hands, but they've played it for 2 to 3 years now, and they've got it so down to a T that they just outplay the opponents. Like there was
yeah,
I can't remember his name. There's an American player. He would only play Android 16 leader, which was like 2 years old, and he would like top 8 every nationals no matter what. And if anyone else, like all these, meta copiers would be like, I'm
yeah,
gonna build it. I'll pay a couple $100. They'll bring it to locals, and they just can't play it.
yeah.
And that's going to be the same. It's going to be the same in Grand Archive, and it's the same in Fab too. Like
Yeah,
Fab
definitely,
plays.
definitely. I think like the biggest example is I might butcher his name. Alexander Vor just plays Kano. I think he plays a bit of Islander, but first Pro Tour made top 8 with Kano. Um,
Kano wasn't seen as like a
no,
super
no,
insane play or pick, yeah. And that's the thing. I think that, as you said, the game's not out.
yeah,
April 28th, so to speak, so far. People now who are getting those repetitions in and playing on TTS. And I know people don't like TTS. They want to play with actual cards. They want to
yeah,
wait for the cards, and they're like people don't want to spend what is it now 450, 500 Australian dollars for a box, which is completely understandable.
yeah,
But the people who are taking the time in their day or in the afternoon after work to jump on tabletop, grind some games, trade information with people,
yeah,
these are the people that are going to be getting a head start when it comes to actual tournaments. And that's the thing. Like, we've got events coming up. We've got, there'll be bigger events coming up leading up to release, and there'll be events after release, obviously.
yeah,
And the thing that I'm not worried about, it's not a thing I'm worried about, but it's going to be a thing where people are going to get their altar stock and they're going to be like, all right, awesome. I'm going to build my first deck ever. I'm going to build a Fire Lorraine.
Yeah.
And then they're going to sit down across from you. And you've played 8 months of it. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the people putting in the repetitions now are those people that will have the gap later. Don't get me wrong. Like after
Yeah.
a year, 2 years time, good players are going to be good, bad players or average players are going to be average, right? But
Yeah.
like that's that first few months of the game. The people who have taken the time to, even though they don't like it, play on the tabletop tournaments, they will have the advantage. I 100%.
Yeah, I think like you see in the tournaments, the people that like are usually in the rooms are up there. People that play consistently or thinking about the game, it shows off. I think you're gonna have come Ascent. There'll be outliers of people that have picked the game up
And
months,
it's
2 months
great.
before, but that happens in every game. But I do feel that you're gonna see people that have put in the work.
Mhm.
And yeah, when Alta comes out in April, and like I guess the first couple of tournaments, I'd expect, especially from our scene, to see someone that I'm already seeing playing at locals. There's our
Yeah.
people at locals also on TTS, or some of them.
Yeah.
Um,
I do feel like our locals has a lot of local players, a lot of players that are playing very very often.
yeah, and we've only got our tournaments to go by, but everyone that plays at ours does well. There's about 4 or 5 of us that do well in the Discord tournaments are at locals, so it is competitive. We're not playing, I guess, like the strongest decks at
No,
locals, but you
it's
still
still
can't.
it's still
Yeah,
repetition.
still repetition.
Yeah, and I think that it's also like there's still people to this day. I said this on like another podcast with like maybe 2 podcasts ago. There are people that are like, oh, there's promos. I didn't realize they were handing them out. Oh, there's tournaments. The game's
Yeah,
not out yet. You know, even though we see 50 players in a tournament now, um, that's like 1% of what's probably going to be 0.1% of what's going to be in the
yeah,
game. Like once Alta comes out, what technically, I need to say be careful with my words talking about this stuff. So technically, the most distributors, not all distributors, most distributors are sold out of Alta, right? So the boxes are at stores to pre-order, not officially
yeah.
there, but they're there to pre-order. Most distributors are sold out now. They have no more allocation for a new game that's not mainstream, that's from a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
If you think about that, something that's sold out, like a unlimited set that's sold out, you're looking at like a growth of 1 to 5,000 players like this. And that's something that we got to think about. Is that like there's gonna be a lot of new players coming in.
Which is
They've
awesome. Which is absolutely awesome.
which is great. But
Yeah,
like
which
they
is what
don't
you
know
want.
about these. They don't know about these tournaments yet. And they're going to come in and be super excited to get involved. And these online tournaments are going to get bigger and bigger. And with that will be new people that are coming in that are playing. So I think that the practice is good now, but as you said before, like good players will just pop up no matter
Yeah.
what as we get bigger.
That's why I guess like why I started my channel. I'm just trying to put stuff out there so when people do come in, they've got hopefully a couple of decks. They're all quite relevant, and I kind of just try to get the key pieces of the deck.
Yeah,
Obviously, you need to play. I'll try to do more narrator gameplay to try to get what I'm thinking. It's funny because like I've had friends go, well, maybe don't post a video before a tournament of a deck you want, and like maybe if the stakes are high enough, I probably won't. I probably
no,
will
of
keep the
course.
deck. But I'm like, well, if I lose to someone that picks up my deck, then that's on me. Like I should know. I should know
You should be
better.
proud as well, though, right?
Yeah,
Like I versed someone yesterday, Alpha Revelation, that's
yeah.
his name. Shout out to Revelation. He smashed me on a Fire Lux and Xander, like I got destroyed, and he's like, "Yeah, I got this idea from your podcast. You were talking about it." I'm like,
It's awesome.
I don't remember talking about it, but hey, if it helped you and you made it and then you're doing well, like that's great. Like that's
Yeah,
something awesome. And it made me, even though he destroyed me, I was like, it felt like that these videos, not only like the podcast, or like
yeah,
your videos are very tool basic, like very tool heavy, helping people lead to like how to do things, which is great. These videos, I think, are doing more than what we think as well.
yeah.
Like this content is
Yeah.
good content.
I try and make them too, so I understand my deck better. Like if you can teach something, it kind of feels. So if I can
Yeah,
boil down a deck to a 5-6 minute video,
yeah,
it helps me then play it.
yeah.
Which definitely helped with Fire Lorraine list, but I'm trying to move off that because you can only play Fire Lorraine for so long.
Yeah,
Come
exactly
Sunday,
right.
I'm playing Fire Lorraine. No, I'm not.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. You're tricking everyone again. You won the last tournament, and now you're like, not playing Fire Lorraine, guys. Surprise, I'm playing Fire Lorraine. Yeah, but no, I think that it's good, and I do like that the community is growing, and there's obviously
Yeah,
more people watching your videos, watching our videos. Like we do appreciate that, guys. We do love
yeah,
that. You guys are watching us and subscribing. It does mean a lot to us. It pushes us
it
to
does.
want to do this more. And we asked questions last week, so we can now have a segment where we do answer questions and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's a good idea. So we did have questions from last week, yeah?
we did. We got two
Oh, perfect.
questions. I
Awesome.
have forgot who's asked these specific two, so I do
Okay.
apologize.
That's all right. You can chuck their name up, maybe.
Uh, One of the questions was essentially thoughts on Insole. Is Insole too powerful? Is it broken? Does it need to be nerfed? I don't think it is. But then I guess I don't know, maybe that's biased. But I think it at the moment it's probably seen as much play as it did because it is essentially a one card combo. It's a one card, bring all this out, do a lot of damage, and then fuel my subsequent turns.
How much damage is Install doing now, roughly? 15?
With the best sword mix, maybe yeah, about 14, 15. But then
How much,
it's plus 6 to every attack.
how much is
Then
Rending Flames doing?
rending
How much does Rending Flames do normally?
12.
12? 12?
Yeah,
And you can do it without Advanced Element.
yeah,
But then people went, okay, I'll Deflecting Edge. And then that was put against Rending.
yeah.
And all of a sudden people were like, Rending shit. But then Ensol,
I think Veiling Breeze into
yeah,
Insole, it's like
100%.
that whole sword turn, that's gone.
Yeah,
Maybe like
that's
that Luxem sword will be the only one that pushes damage. It's the turns after that. So the Insole deck is going to change. It's not going to be the same. I think as decks change and play around it, that 6 cost is gonna be a bit of a hindrance. I expect we'll still see end souls, especially in maybe like the Water Lorraine. I still think it's a great like win con in those decks. But I think Fire. There's a lot of other Crux cards. There's a lot of other Fire attacks that just deal a lot of damage.
I feel like until we have a deck that wins 2 tournaments in a row,
Yeah,
I make jokes all the time. This is broken. That's broken. This is okay. You're sick of hearing it.
yeah,
But when I'm doing that, I'm just I'm hyping the card in a sense that like I'm not telling you that this card is broken and needs to be fixed.
yeah,
I'm like, this is really strong. It's cool. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Until I see a champion element win 2 tournaments in a row with a close to the same list,
Yeah.
I am not willing to say that something's broken.
And I
or
want
OP.
dominate, and like I want half the like list 50%, just that one deck. And I hate cards banned. I hate cards being
Oh, of
nerfed
course.
because
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
to. I'm like OCD. I need to be able to beat that. So that's like
yeah.
in the back of my mind. I'm still thinking about Water Sylvie because I'm like I want to make it work. I want to have a Terra badge. It's not going to happen. I'm not playing Sylvie this week. It's not there.
Or are you? Or aren't you? Or are you? Or aren't you?
I need more time. I need more time.
No,
I need to
but,
quit my
like,
job and just like growing games out. But
this question instantly leads me to this thing in my brain where it's like, Rending Flames is OP, right?
yeah,
Deflecting Edge, Rending Flames is shit.
yeah,
End Soul, multiple attacks. Deflecting is shit.
yeah,
End Soul is OP. Veiling Breeze. End Soul is shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Shrouded
it's a
Mist in
consistent
water. It's like
Shroud and Mist, exactly. And like, it's a consistent movement right now, which is really healthy for the game.
yeah,
And the people who, there's people out there, Jonsu, yourself, me, players like that
40.
we are always trying 40 exactly. We're always trying to find decks that are like you won't see me sitting there playing a Fire and Solar Rain. You won't see me. I played a Water and Soul for a tournament, but you won't see me there like just repping out a Fire and Soul or repping out an Erupting Rye. Even though like Erupting Rye was partially my fault, we won't even get into that past history. But you won't see me sitting there repping it because if that is strong, I don't want to sit there and rep a strong deck. I'd rather try and break the deck, as in beat it with something else. Because you forever want the healthiest meta in the world is a meta that it is forever evolving in a rock paper scissors synergy.
If you think Fire Lorraine Ensol is going to dominate at the upcoming tournament, we'll talk about later. I would consider playing Wind. I would consider like, okay, what does that deck do well? It rushes to level 3
Mhm.
while maintaining cards. Plays Insol, attacks. Dispersion's out. The new list now, they just then play big attacks after. They got Flame Sweeps for 9, etc., whatever it is. So I would understand, okay, I need interceptors. I need to be able to block all these small attacks that they burst. And the ones that do rush don't really push too much damage
Mm.
on those early turns.
I versed the deck today. Some guy, one of the Aussie blokes, he's from I think the other side of Australia.
Yeah.
Random deck, right? Lorraine into Allen. Random deck.
Okay.
He had a Crusader of Acer that he attuned the winds twice. It was a 4/6. I lost with my main deck. I could not get through this 4/6. I went to kill it. I dropped like a 7, like what was that, 12 damage rending flames into it. He smoke bombed it. If you smoke bomb after it intercepts, it fizzles the attack.
Yeah.
So he smoke bombed the rending flames. I then like swung another 7, deflecting. Next turn I swung like 8, deflecting. And it's like people are in this sense of mind ever since they're playing like the Star deck since Prelude, that like people play their whole hand out every turn. They do as much as they can, get as much value, because a lot of games like Hearthstone, Legends of Runeterra, all of these games, or Dragon Ball, Magic, every game, you have X or Y energy. You've got 4 energy. I need to find the most value play for 4 energy.
Yeah.
I have 6 energy. I need to get the most out for 6, right? In this game, that is not how it works. As you were saying in regards to a Fire and Solar Rain, you fight for the board and you just like build up and wait for it, and then you just veiling the Insol. They've got 4 Insols, you've got 4 veilings. I mean, I'm not saying you're gonna draw them all, but like it is, if you can play around it, then you're looking good.
If it's my fire like updated list, if I don't see a flame sweep to clear an early board of interceptors, I'm doing nothing that game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's very hard to remove a lot of obstacles.
Yes.
It's good at clearing a hurdle on its way to level 4.
100%.
If it gets a flame sweep, then it can clear a couple. But Song of Nurturing, that's where these cards come into play.
Yeah. Tall people haven't started doing tall interceptors. If you can make a tall interceptor, Lorraine cannot deal with 4, 5, 6 health characters.
We had that Lorraine game. I was playing Water. I eventually couldn't hold on for long because it made me banish half my deck. But that turtle, that 2/7 turtle, I got 4 turns of me just doing nothing because you couldn't kill it. So
right. It's too big. Exactly.
It's except cards like Devastating Blow, but wasting a Devastating Blow to kill one ally.
It's not worth it.
Out there. It's hard. So
you have to though.
I think we haven't seen a lot of. We've seen decks that grind, but we haven't seen defensive decks like unit-based defensive decks for these Insol decks.
My
you get destroyed by
Insol's not overpowered.
Nah.
I think that you just got to find an answer to it. That'll be my end answer. I could talk about it all day. I think it's a hot topic. So, question number 2.
And then the question number 2 is, which classes are we looking forward to? We've been teased with the Cleric, the Ranger, and the Guardian. Now, I know my answer. Because my favorite card is Devastating Blow. That's also a Guardian attack.
True.
I like.
Now we have been confirmed Guardian has 30 health. That's a lot of health.
Yeah.
People complain about Lorraine's 28. Guardian's got 30. It's a lot of health.
Guardian just seems to me.
That's rough. That's
big
rough.
hits, big body.
Like class or just like character?
No, class. So what are we looking forward to? I'm looking forward to Guardian. I think Ranger will be fun too. Just looking at and this was in the question. Wind Cutter. You got to meet a requirement to get it. To get that additional benefit. Same with like Guardian. Like Devastating Blow, you've got to be level 3. But I like how you can cheat that out.
Yeah.
Cleric scares me because I hate recovering. I hate playing water when they're just at water Luxem.
I do like the way that I guess I'm excited to see what or how they play because you know, talking to NarGG or Nog, the other podcast, he said that like, you know, they try to make each class
feel
their
distinct
own play style. Like they could have made Xander an assassin and use weapons, but they chose not to because it's too much like warrior.
Yeah.
So then is Guardian? Are they going to make Guardian far away from Warrior, even though they share abilities? Like we don't know. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
exciting. But I would say personally, what I'm most intrigued about is Cleric because I just don't see how a Cleric by themselves in like a Dungeons and Dragons world how they do stuff by themselves. So I'm excited to see whether they'll go for like, you know, you've got all this recover stuff, but then you could play an ally that turns it to like damage. Like you
Yeah.
can revitalize and cleanse them for 8 and deal 8 to them, like a Shadow Priest
Yeah.
type of thing. Like I hope that that's the kind of direction with
I
it.
think we'll see how they feel. The other thing is too, which is like I find exciting, is what's their advanced element going to be?
Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm excited about exactly because like I instantly think, all right,
Because
Xander's Luxem, yeah,
there's, the, I might be wrong. There's 3 advanced elements that
yep,
haven't been revealed, which are going to be for the
yep,
new
yep.
classes.
Of course, of course.
That is going to. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited that Luxem is already taken, so Cleric can't go into a Holy Light.
Yeah.
I'll admit, unless they obviously they can be like, yep, there's Luxem as well, whatever. There is class bonus on Luxem
Yeah.
cards, but like, just imagine it's like it is Shadow Cleric. Like I'm an edge. You know how I am, man.
Yeah.
I one trick Kane. I love scythes. I love huge swords. I'm the most edgiest. I love the edgy stuff, right? So like having like a Shadow Cleric that like can turn the healing and level 3 it does damage instead. That sounds right up my alley. That's super exciting. I mean, this is all me just guessing, but like that would be super exciting.
Um, I do we know what those advanced elements are going to be? Or that
I don't.
they haven't
I
kept them.
think that they've said names here and there, but they weren't English like Luxem and stuff. Like I have no idea
Yeah.
what they were. They were like random names.
All right, maybe we can we'll twist a few arms, see if we can
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
Maybe we
But
can get them.
so yeah, you're cleric, I'm
Yeah,
guardian, and we watch it'll come out. And we both like ranger, but
yeah. Exactly right. Exactly right. True.
um,
Or shurikens or something.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Speaking of which, in regards to twisting arms for spoilers, we had an announcement today in the Discord.
Yes.
So this came out of nowhere. No one was expecting this. Very sudden because there was nothing really talked about it.
And it was a
Um,
guardian. It was
it was a Guardian skill reaction, but there's no class bonus on it, so
yeah,
it's not just like how we have cleric and stuff
yeah,
now.
yeah,
But no, we did have a release announcement today, and Gaz will put it up on the screen, one of them, whichever one.
yeah.
But they have announced that Fractured Crown, an expansion set of Dawn of Ashes, will be coming out in August
In
2023.
August, yeah. And then the art was looked like Lorraine with the spirit crest. The
Yes,
altar art spirit crest. So if you're in the
yes,
altar, the UR, it's like that
yes.
ram bird or whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know
what
the
it
correct
is.
word for it
Looks
is.
cool as though it looks sick.
Yeah.
It's very cool artwork. I am hoping that it is some type of like card maybe down the track. Who knows? But there was 2 card reveals from the set that they did
Yes.
as well, which we're really appreciative. And it is the knight we've been waiting for. It is Lancelot,
Yeah.
which is the main knight of the round table. Is you
I'm
guys
pretty
know
sure
Lancelot a
if I
lot.
remember correctly, I'll pop it up on screen when we do this. I think he was guardian.
He is guardian / warrior human.
I see. That's like
So warrior will
yeah,
get to use it until Guardian comes out.
Yeah.
When because I'm pretty sure. Don't mark my words. So set 2 is as it says, an expansion set to Dawn of
yeah. I think
Ashes.
it's expansion of existing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's going to be brand new champions. I'm pretty sure they said something like 90 cards in the set, give or take. They've said on Discord,
If there
which
were
I'm
champions,
excited for.
I think it'd be our level 2s.
Give me a Guardian. Just give me just give me like a level 1 Guardian and just give me 2 and 3 in the next set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be exciting. Or just give me a Cleric. But no, so I do believe that like Lancelot, he's very exciting. The picture is amazing.
Yeah.
Hindered, so it's a new keyword, hindered, which is
I think that's just the Crusader of Asa, how it comes in rested.
they've changed it to hindered, yeah.
I think
so,
Hindred's better because then you can just say Hindred. You don't have to say this comes into the rested.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a 4-cost normal card, so Alpha Male Alan, watch out. Class bonus level 2 plus, Lancelot gets +2. And then on attack, you may pay 3. If you do, Lancelot gets +3 until the end of the turn. So it's a 2/3 for 4,
Yeah.
and it would be a 5/5 for 4 if you meet the targets. So,
And that action card allows you to not spend
Yeah.
Not put
So
cards
action. Yeah.
in
So action
memory.
card, Resolute Stand. It's an action guardian skill reaction, but with no class bonus, so anyone can use it. Level 2 plus, you may activate this card without paying its reserve cost.
Yeah.
If you do, skip your next draw phase. And whenever target unit would be dealt attack damage this turn, prevent 3 of that damage. So it is a deflecting edge on steroids.
Yeah.
Like, and you could do it for free at the cost of losing a card the following turn. That is
Yeah.
a very strong.
Oh, especially
Like-
especially if it's you can win next turn with your current board state.
I think that this will be in a lot of decks just because it is a generic fast spell.
What was it? Is it SR?
It is a uncommon.
Uncommon.
They love it. They love making these cards that are super good in places where people can get them. I love them. I love Weeps of the Shore. They're great. SRs are normally more nichey stuff, and then you've got uncommons that stop a whole turn, which is great.
Those rares are hard to get, but some of those
Those rares
rares,
are
I've got rares of cards I don't want at the moment, and cards I
Tactical Sergeant,
want. It's like trying to
I had
find the
to-
Holy Grail.
I had to trade for Tactical Sergeant after opening 24 boxes. I had to find them.
Yeah.
Tactical Sergeant and Ensnaring Fumes and Funlace Captain. I was one short. And I'm like, wow, 24 boxes and I'm missing rares? This is crazy. But it was a humongous set. And, you know, that's the
Yeah.
thing about...
This was essentially 2 sets. It was massive.
Exactly right. And that's the thing about the Fractured Crown, the expansion set. Like, this will not be... I'm going to say this for everyone watching. Like, this isn't like something that you guys got to think about. Fractured Crown won't be a set that you can just build and play by itself.
No.
It's not a set that like you're going to be able to, you know, you're not going to have to open 40 boxes unless like I mean obviously there's going to be signatures in there. If you want to open 40 boxes and get signatures, go for it.
Yeah.
But you know, this is a set that is going to help, you know, maybe make certain classes stronger, add new niches and mixes.
Yeah.
And I think it's like just to finish up the whole Camelot realm because you know they do travel realms. I'm hoping that set 3 it'll be like a brand new era. And then you've got a whole, not as big as the current set, but it'll be like another big set with all the champions and all that stuff. So that's what I'm hoping for. Fingers
It
crossed.
potentially could be another massive set. Like, we don't know. But I'm like, if you need to build out now your 3 other classes and you want them to compete with the existing ones, you do have
Yep.
some mixed cards there, so you can probably shave some cards off, some dual cards. But
That's the
it's gonna be a
genius
big
work,
set.
though. Yeah, but that's the genius thing. Like, past TCGs will try to introduce a new champion or a new class, and then instantly in that set try to make cards for it, and the whole box will just become that. Yeah. The fact that we're to the shore since the I say since the first set. The first set's not out yet. I'm talking about in past sets, like it's 4 years ago. Seeing as Weaves Ashore have like cemented and built foundations for Cleric, Guardian, and Ranger in set 1, while also making them playable at the current set, is genius. It's genius. Like they could have just not done that. Set 3 or set 2 or whatever. Yep, Guardian, Ranger, Cleric are out, and this whole box is only Guardian, Ranger, and Cleric stuff, which people don't like. Like the fact that they've taken that time to make dual cards and make generic normal cards and element cards as well is brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Fractured Crown, August 2023. Get hyped. We had a few trying to pre-order in our Facebook chat today, even though the pre-orders aren't out yet. So, including myself.
Well, I think the store owner asked how much can he get, and I'm like,
Yeah,
we're letting you know how much we want.
Yeah, exactly.
You talk
write
to
us
the
down. I
distributor.
don't care if the pre-order's open or not. Just write me down. I don't care.
Yeah.
So
First
we
thing,
are
best first.
excited. Yeah, we are excited. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in regards to, there's actually something that we did last week, the giveaway.
Yes. So, I used a just random number generator, and the winner of the empowering. What was the card?
Powering Harmony.
Powering Harmony. Well, we don't have the cards yet. It would have been good to like pull it up.
He doesn't remember cards, even reading them. Don't worry, guys. Drum roll.
Shadow Gamer.
Shadow Gamer.
So Shadow Gamer, we'll put a comment in this YouTube thing. We'll tag you. And then if you're on Discord, great. Just hit one of us up. If you're not in Discord, send an email to creativeshockpodcast@gmail.com. And when we get the card, we'll...
What was his comment? Was it Creative Shock sucks?
You
win!
I don't have my phone on me to actually check comments.
No idea.
But put in the comment. It would have been the third comment because I went down 1, 2, or however YouTube showed me. So got in early.
I bet you it was Gaz. You're so beautiful. You're the best podcast host I've ever seen. No, so guys, we're going to obviously we have those empowering harmonies are coming from the events next week. It's only a
Yes.
week away. How excited! Oh, 2 weeks, week and a half.
The first one's 16th.
Next Wednesday. Well, technically, so the 11th of March, so 5 days from now, there'll be one in Sydney, which we can't obviously go to.
Grimdark.
But yeah, Sittercrass will be here in Australia, down under. So that's where we'll be getting these empowering harmonies from. And obviously, after all the events, me and Gaz will hopefully be going to all of them. We can then figure out whether we can maybe run another contest based on how many we have. Maybe even a foil one. Yeah, if Gaz wins every night, maybe we'll give a foil out. Who knows?
I'll do my best, but if we do, we do want to commit to give more than one without knowing how many we'd have. So
yeah, exactly.
Maybe we can twist Sittercrest's arm to give us a few for the giveaway.
Hey, that is good.
I'm gonna float it out there.
Maybe we can we hit the light. So Sittercrest, sit down. We need to talk to you. Creative Shock is giving away stuff. So, come on. But we've got those events next week. That week and a half away, whatever. So 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th and 19th. Once again, just so people who don't know, Wednesdays, Good Games Greensboro has a winner Kickstarter box event. Thursday, Grand J Games, winner Kickstarter box event. Friday, Plenty of Games, winner Kickstarter box event. Saturday, I'm not sure how Midian's going to be doing it yet, but I guess we'll find out. And then Sunday, Cartastic, they'll have a Kickstarter box to hand out.
I think per win you're getting packs. If it's how they've run events for other games, the more games you win, the more packs. But as long as you win a game, you get a couple of packs, and then it's a bit more spread.
Yeah.
First 3 days is going to be pretty sweaty.
Yeah.
We've got a friendship group that plays Grand Archive. Does it survive past these 3 days? Who knows?
Yeah.
Might be the end of the Creative Shock podcast. I don't know.
Who knows? Hey, if I come second 3 days in a row against Gaz, there might be a new host for recruitment, mate.
I've won my one box. I think I'm happy with one box win. I can play relaxed.
We'll see. Nah, we are very excited and we're very grateful that Weebs the Shore is coming down here. Yeah. They did. Obviously, it's a big trip for them. So we are very
Australia's
grateful.
Far away.
Yeah, I mean we're flying to America, so we'll find out, right?
15 hours to LA.
We are very grateful and we're very excited for these events. Also, March 11th, American Day, March 12th for us. We have another online event.
Yep.
Which is super, super exciting. So March 12th for Australia, March 11th for America. We've got a winning Kickstarter box online TTS event as well.
Yeah.
So the next week and a half is just sweaty Grand Archive. For me, anyway, I've got to win one.
Well, I want to win this one because then I get a badge. So maybe I do play Sylvie. I want to imagine having a Terror badge. If anyone can get a Terror badge first, surely
it's not us.
Surely. No, it's not me. Not with that water deck.
No, not me either.
Not that one.
As we've said, it's a joke for the last 3 podcasts. We're one of the only 2 that don't have badges in our friends group at the moment.
I have won a tournament. That counts for me, man. That counts for me.
I'm all alone. But no. So yeah, hopefully we can get one of those badges down. We could be part of the cool group. What was Costa was saying something that he's worried that in a sense that they'll have a special VIP lounge for badge winners only. So we'll be left out and they'll be in there with they've got a badge on the Discord.
Costa needs to start winning a few games at locals, to be honest.
True. Costa, you won one? Oh, your Fire Emblem? Come on in, sir. Oh, Gaz? Oh, sorry, mate. Mate. You gotta sit down. Nah. Sorry about that. You gotta go over there.
You're off the peasants.
Speaking of which, new draft function in TTS. Quick shout out to Pichu Fan.
Yeah.
There is a new part of Sylvie.org where you can now draft in Tabletop Simulator. Pichu Fan does amazing things. There's currently a pack simulator people are doing where you can get high scores. We love the effort that Pichu puts in. Please go
support him.
Please go over to the Patreon and put money into that Patreon. He does it all for free. He pays for the service for free. We cannot thank him enough for the effort he puts in.
No, absolutely legend.
If you're starting a draft, please go look at Gaz's draft video. Once again, Gazimus on YouTube. great with all the content he has. He can tell you himself. Also, very good ASMR voice, Gaz. I feel like you need to do a podcast in ASMR. Hello,
it's
guys.
funny that
Gasm is here. I'm here to
uh,
do the draft video. Hope you guys are having a good night, by the way.
the funny thing is I grew up with a lisp, and then they said I was they were worried about how much I would talk, so
Oh, really?
they were definitely wrong on that one. I can't shut
No, there
up.
you go. Jeez. I feel like, have you ever thought of going into professional ASMR, like doing it as a job?
I don't know, what's the money like?
Dog shit.
Then yeah, probably not.
People listen to you while they sleep, mate. That's what the whole thing is. They sleep to your content. You don't want that.
Maybe you can do maybe I'll step it up. No, I don't know. I'll
I,
try to keep it relaxed.
I tried doing the ASMR stuff to go to sleep, and I just couldn't do it. I can't have people like scratching on my headphones and whispering in my ears. I just can't do it.
No, even like the rainforest sounds,
Nah,
hearing the bugs and that just gives me like PTSD that there's
If
something
I
in
want
the
that, I'll
room.
go lay in the rainforest, mate.
No, we're down here in Australia, man. Like half the spiders kill you. Like I don't want to hear no bugs while I'm sleeping.
Exactly right. Speaking of which, I know that we'll be wrapping it up slowly,
Yep.
but we do want to let you guys know on some upcoming stuff as well.
Yeah.
We are in the works of doing some stuff with TRA Collective, which is going to be very exciting. So
I'll pop
shout out
the
to
logo
TRA.
down.
Beautiful. Shout out to TRA Collective. Some things might be coming up. They're excited to potentially run some events down the track. They've now got a store in Bentley.
Yep.
I was watching the YouTube video. They've got Grand Archive on their storefront, like up
They
in
do.
and when I saw that, I was like, I want to go to this store.
Yeah.
If they're supporting Grand Archive, I'm supporting them. You know how it is.
Like custom made. Like it's not drawn on. Custom made.
Nah.
Big print.
Yeah.
And Grand Archive is there. So
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That's
That
very cool.
shows you like that established stores, see something in it, want to get involved.
Shows that they're not. I mean, they're not gonna sell all their product and scrape it off. So it's there. You know what I mean? Next day.
Next day you come in there, it's
gone.
It's a Gran Turismo.
But no, so TRA Collective, thank you. We're going to obviously doing some stuff with them down the track.
Yeah.
Also, new logo in the works. We said this a couple weeks ago. We've now got it to a point where we have a concept. We are working through it. We have a special artist doing it for us.
Very excited.
Which we can show later on.
Yeah.
Which is super exciting. And yeah, like that's pretty much this week wrapped up. I think that's most of it, right? I can't really think of anything else.
No, I think we covered everything. Again, our promo note, Shadow Gamer, we will get to you hopefully shortly. We don't have the card. As soon as we get the card, we'll send it your way.
That's it.
Hopefully, well, you know what? Now we'll learn the like when the guys in the US and that ship it to Australia, we'll flip that at the weaker currency. I'm assuming you're in the US. So I don't know where you are. We'll
I can't wait to be like $30. Nah, we're not sending it to
Send the card. I'll send a picture of the card.
Yeah, through Discord. Here you go, mate.
Here's your email of empowering us.
NFT of your card. There you go. We'll keep it here just for safety.
No. We'll cover it where it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that will be coming up, and that's it. I think we're good.
All right. Thanks so much, guys, for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed. I think that was a pretty nice chat about a few things that you guys have been asking about.
Yeah.
Please feel free to subscribe, comment, ask more questions. I enjoyed answering those questions, so I did appreciate that. And I hope to see you guys next week.
See you guys.